Hey, this is Adam House, and today is Thursday, January the 8th, 2026. We are just a little ways away from the murder of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, Minnesota by an ICE agent. Um, and so the country right now is very much watching this situation. It's a big deal in the news right now. A lot of people are waking up to what a big deal having these un, untrained, unqualified, armed, masked, unidentified, kind of secret police, federal thug kidnappers on our streets. What a bad situation this is. It's only going to get worse because we have so much money in Trump's quote unquote big beautiful bill, that was allotted for ICE now in this new year. They're going to be better funded than the United States Marine Corps. And so think about that. If the Marines were about to be deployed against the American people on the streets of the United States, that's what we're in for right now. So Renee Nicole Good is unfortunately probably just the beginning of this. Now, actually, there's been other people that have lost their lives in these operations with ICE agents already. So she's not even technically the first one, but she's the first one that has kind of caught everybody's attention and seems like such a clear-cut example of the tyranny that we're under right now, of the violent authoritarianism that is victimizing the American people at this point. So I don't want to make this video too long because there are a couple of specific purposes for this video. Number one being that this is to promote that there is a First Amendment, nonviolent, anti-ICE demonstration in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at the downtown square this Saturday, January the 10th at 1 p.m. Okay? So if you need to rewind the video and get all that again, that gives you when, that gives you where, and here is what. So there's going to be more to this, but basically three things. There's three objectives for this demonstration. First objective is to basically just stand in solidarity with the people of Minnesota. So that's the primary purpose, is basically just standing in solidarity with the people of Minnesota in the wake of an American citizen being murdered by an ICE agent. The second purpose of this administration is to take a stand here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, to make it known now that ICE operations are not welcome in Murfreesboro. ICE agents are not welcome in Murfreesboro. ICE activities will not be tolerated in Murfreesboro. The people of Murfreesboro, Tennessee reject ICE, reject authoritarianism, reject the Trump regime, reject tyranny. All right, so the third thing is basically, this is always, when we come together in person, this is an opportunity for us to lift our voice, but also to network with each other. So come out again this Saturday, January the 10th at 1 p.m. on the Murfreesboro downtown square, and let's rally in support of the people of Minneapolis. Make it clear that ICE operations will not be welcome in Murfreesboro, and that we can use this opportunity to raise our voice, but also to meet each other, to network with each other, and to talk about positive constructive steps forward. So onward, onward, onward. All right, so I do want to mention a couple of things, because I did make a rather radical video the other day in the wake of Renee's murder. And I've had some people that have reached out to me because of the video. They're a little bit concerned that maybe, maybe I've got a hot head or something. I want you now, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not going to get into all the fine details of this. But first and foremost, you need to understand that I'm for nonviolence. I'm for peaceful non-cooperation. I'm for things like civil disobedience, being proactive, yes, and even being in people's face sometimes when it's necessary. And so, first of all, I want you to know that I am not advocating violence. And again, the demonstration we're doing this Saturday, we can go ahead and condemn any violence now. We don't want any violence associated with this demonstration. That's not what it's about. And violence will not be tolerated at the demonstration, and it's not welcome at the demonstration. But I am not advocating for violence. Rather, what I do say is that I think we need to be proactive in this moment. We definitely need to mobilize. So that's the word of the day right now, is mobilization. So I'm going to tell you, get out from behind your screens. Yes, definitely continue to monitor your social media, continue to monitor your other communications, but you should not just be staring at screens right now if your purpose is to be a part of the movement to stop ICE and to stop their activities in the streets of America. What you should be doing right now is mobilization. What you should be doing right now is organizing. What you should be doing right now is networking. If you want to be part of the movement that actually resists ICE and their activities in America right now, it's time to be actively organizing, be mobile, and yes, again, continue to monitor your social media and other communications, obviously, because that's a good way for us to stay in touch with each other and to network with each other and what one another's doing, help each other's causes, and so on and so forth. But again, the idea is just don't get stuck behind a screen, just doom scrolling, watching violent videos and stuff. That's only one little small piece of the picture. Mobilization, organize, agitate. All right. That's what we need to be doing right now. But don't worry about me. I am not advocating that people go out and start hunting down ICE agents to do something violent to them. In fact, I want to point out that, I want to extend justice to this ICE agent that murdered Renee Good in a way that he did not extend justice to Renee. All right? This pathetic, puny little insecure man, and man is not the correct word to call this guy. He's less than a man. He lost his temper. He wanted to prove what a tough guy he was, whatever the case may have been. This guy decided to murder somebody in cold blood in the streets of America in broad daylight. Apparently thinks he's going to get away with it, but he's not. So he did not extend the civility of law, rule of law, and justice to Renee, but we will extend due process to this murderous ICE agent, and we will see him behind bars. We will give him his day in court. He will have his due process, and I think we should all advocate for that. And hopefully we will soon see him convicted and sitting behind bars, hopefully for the rest of his natural life. All right, so that's the other thing. Now, what I do want to say, though, as far as those of you who are concerned about my militancy in this moment, is that I do want you to understand that you have the right to self-defense. No person on American soil has to allow themselves to be abducted by secret paramilitarized kidnappers. You don't have to go with them. And you have every right under the Constitution, under the rule of law, under the statutes in the states of this country. You have every right to defend yourself with force, up to and including deadly force. None of us should go with ICE anymore. They've got concentration camps. There's people who are dying mysteriously in ICE custody. There's people who have been deported to countries they've never even lived in before, don't speak the language in, who have been abused in these concentration camps. All right, you do not have to allow yourself to be kidnapped in this country. People that are wearing masks, will not identify themselves, dressed in tactical gear, using guns, and basically fear and intimidation. They are terrorists. They are literally state-sponsored terrorists. The ICE activities in this country is a modern rendition of slave catchers or the Gestapo of Nazi Germany. All right, you don't have to go with them, and none of us should go with them, and none of us should allow anybody else to be taken by them anymore. We have an absolute right to self-defense. All right, now, the next thing is some of you have gotten in touch with me about you're concerned about me speaking out. You're concerned about me addressing the crowd in person at this demonstration on Saturday. You've expressed that, hey, you think I'm taking a lot of risk. You think I'm putting myself in danger. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for caring about my well-being, about my health, about my life. I do appreciate it, but I want you to understand that I've already made my risk assessment. And a couple of things here that I just want you to understand. I am a United States Army combat veteran of the global war in Afghanistan. I joined an all-voluntary army during wartime, and I actually, on my application, I volunteered to go to Afghanistan in a line unit. That's a combat unit, and I did go to Afghanistan with the 173rd Airborne Brigade Combat Team. And so, if we don't have people in this country who are willing to take risks in order to preserve liberty and freedom and justice, then we will not have liberty and freedom and justice. Okay, so this is the type of risk. And I don't know necessarily exactly how much of a risk this really is. I was shot at in Afghanistan, and, it's just, anyway, I've been there, I've done that, I've been in the shit, and if I have to get in the shit again to preserve a free country for myself, for my family, my friends, and our posterity, then so be it. Okay? The other thing is, how many people have risked their lives so that we could have freedom, so that we could have rights in this country? And I'm not even just talking about combat veterans like me. What about people like, Martin Luther King Jr., that so many people like to talk about all the time as a civil rights activist? He lost his life in this fight. Medgar Evers was gunned down in his driveway in Jackson, Mississippi, with his wife and kids at home in the house just feet away. All right, so and I can't tell you how many people who have laid their life on the line to try to win rights, to secure rights, and to preserve rights for our country. So you can't let a little bit of threatening, risk. You can't let people's threats towards you stop you in this. Or maybe some people, that's fine. And I'm not trying to be a tough guy here. Look, I have never claimed to be a tough guy. I don't think of myself as a tough guy. Now, yes, I did join the military, and I did go with an infantry unit into combat. And I also, I've trained Muay Thai consistently for about 10 years now. So I am, I'm a Muay Thai teacher at this point. I'm an instructor. And so I'm not a tough guy, but when it comes time to step up and do tough guy things, you know, I like to think that I am willing, ready, and able to do that. So, and I really don't consider myself doing any kind of a tough guy thing in this moment either. That's not what this is about. And so for the one who said, you know, your risk reward, what is the reward you're looking for here? You know, you need to understand this is not about rewards. All right. I'm not monetizing videos. I'm not trying to build an audience. You know, I'm a guy who doesn't really have video editing experience, putting out stuff that I just think needs to be said right now, and that I personally want to be on the record saying, because 20, 30 years from now, I'm going to be proud of the fact that I resisted this terrorist regime in this moment. All right, so it's not about rewards. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for notoriety. Nothing like that. I don't care who gets the credit for when good things come of our activism. All right, so I'm getting way too long, going off way too far here. This video is already longer than I meant for it to be. But I'll say one last thing on that. I am almost 50 years old. I have lived a full life. And honestly, if it comes right down to it, if I die today, the world's not really losing a whole lot, okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's worth it. If I spend the rest of my life rotting in prison in one of Donald Trump's concentration camps, in one of ICE's gulags, then and I end up dying younger than I would have if I die right now, in service to keeping my country a free country, then so be it. You know, I've signed up for that before. I'm ready to sign up for it again. So be it. All right. So again, one more time. Right now is not the time for you to just continue to stare at screens. Right now is the time for you to get up, get mobile, get out. And, I forgot to bring one of the flyers with me. But this Saturday in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at 1 p.m. in the downtown area, the courthouse square, be there. I am going to speak. And I am actually not considering myself like I had to make myself a host so I could create the Facebook page. But, you know, I'm not trying to necessarily lead anything here or host anything as like my event. That's not what this is about. Even if I am the only person who shows up, this Saturday, January the 10th at 1 p.m., I'm going to be on the Murfreesboro downtown square speaking my mind. If anybody else wants to join me, then please do. I would be happy to see you there. If not, you know what? That's okay too. I'm still going to go say what I've got to say. I'm going to go say my piece. So, you know, if you want to come listen to that, then great, come and do it. And also come prepared to say your piece, because it's definitely about more than just one voice. It's about lifting a chorus, all of our voices together, and speaking our mind about this, standing in solidarity with the people of Minneapolis, and making it clear now, before it's even asked, making it clear now that ICE is not welcome in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So stand up, speak out, do the right thing. Liberty and justice for all. Anti-fascist patriots of America, let's get this done. Stop ICE!